Welcome back to another episode in the Getting Up and Running series with Cassava. I'm your host, Michael Seeley, and today we will explore audience building. Building an audience in Cassava is the meat and potatoes of Cassava. This is where you, as a business, get to define your target audience, represented by one or more members from your organization. Now, if you are a business coach involved in delivering facilitations, building an audience will comprise the members of this facilitation. When building an audience, there are a couple factors that we have to take into account. One is we will need to grant some additional permissions. If you were here during the registration flow, you would have recalled that we asked for the minimum set of permissions upfront when you registered. Now it's time to request a little more. You will get to import members from your organization who will comprise your distribution audience. You will have the opportunity to refine this audience prior to publishing your experience. And lastly, we will look at an advanced concept. This is where you get to link additional platforms to your account, allowing you to build an audience from across one or more distribution channels. Here we are, back in Cassava. In our last segment, we quickly gloss over the concept of a distribution profile. So let's take a closer look at what this is. A distribution profile represents a schedule and an audience. Imagine that you're a business and you're creating a training module for multiple departments located in different geographical regions. Let's go ahead and create a second distribution profile. Let's call this the Acme Group, but this time they're located not in New York, but in Chicago. And we're going to have this group begin their experience on the 15th. It's going to be an overnight group. So we want to deliver it from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. And this group only operates during the weekday. So there you have it. We now have two distribution profiles for this experience. One located in Chicago and one located in New York. Great. Next, we need to define an audience for each of these distribution profiles. Let's add an audience to the Acme Group. We will choose Slack as our import channel, as this is the only one that has been configured to date. And now we have the option of importing members from predefined channels within Slack, predefined groups within Slack, or all the members from the workspace. So let's choose this option. And here we're challenged to grant permissions to the workspace users. As you recall, during registration, we only requested the minimum set of permissions to get up and running. So here is the case where Cassava uses progressive permissions policies, where we only ask for permissions within the context of their use. So let's go ahead and grant that permission. Yep, I would like to view the people in the workspace. The permission has been granted, so we can resume our audience building. So once again, let's just resume into here. We'll choose the workspace and we'll select Cassava as the workspace from which to import users. And there you go. The import has been completed. we can take a look next at the audience. Let's select the distribution profile and let's take a look at the audience. And here you go. We have 7 users who have been selected for this training module as part of the Acme group. Now you may decide that only a subset of these users should be in this audience. So we can go ahead and remove a few of these folks that shouldn't make the cut. And now we're down to 4. So this is an example of how you can fine-tune the audience for any distribution profile that you create. We're not done yet. We know that some users, such as HR and sales, prefer email over Slack in our business. And yet, we want to include these folks in this training module. So let's see how we can go ahead and tackle this problem. We will head back over to the Acme group. And this time, we will choose email as the import source. We have the option of manually inputting the email addresses of these audience members, or we can import a CSV file. Let's go with the manual input option for now. And we're going to have Joanne Carey from HR along with Bob Uche from sales. And now if we take a look at our audience, we'll see that in addition to the 4 Slack members, we now have 2 more folks who will receive this distribution as part of the Acme group. With email, audience members must explicitly opt in to communications. We're almost at the end of this segment, but before we go, let's showcase an advanced feature on linking multiple platforms to your account. As a business coach, engage in facilitations from one company to another, you might have the opportunity to deliver this training module to an organization primarily using Slack, and then to one that uses Microsoft Teams or Webex. Or maybe as a business, you have multiple platforms configured in your organization and would like to build a hybrid audience. So let's see what is involved in linking platforms to your account. Let's head back over to the settings, and we'll see that when we originally registered, we did so with our Slack identity. But we can also link our Microsoft Teams organization as well as our Webex organization to our account. We can do the linkage from here in settings or within the context of building our distribution audience. Let's choose the latter. So we go back to our experience, our distribution profile, and we'll resume adding more users to this audience. We'll choose Microsoft Teams this time and the option to import all the users from the organization. If we jump ahead, we can now see that the Acme group has an additional set of members taken from the Microsoft Teams organization. So here you have it, a distribution profile with multiple channels comprising the audience. Well, that's it for another segment in the Getting Up and Running series on Cassava, where you saw how you can build an audience using members from one or more of your configured platforms. Until next time, when we discuss publishing your experience. As always, have a great day.